the more Tibetan style stupa could be very significant, and I think very useful for reminds not only the Buddhist spirit, spirituality, but also Tibetan Buddhist culture.
Built in the 15th century in southern Tibet, the Great Stupa of Gyantse is a treasure of the Buddhist world. Currently, a Great Stupa of the same shape and size is being constructed near Bendigo in southern Australia. Being 50 metres wide at the base and rising to a height of just under 50 metres, the Great Stupa of Universal Compassion will be the largest stupa in the Western world. The Great Stupa was the vision of Lama Tubden Yeshe, who visited a Atisha centre in Bendigo in 1981. Lama Yeshe created a plan for a big stupa with a large temple and a library inside. Lama's plan also called for a monastery, Buddhist retreat centre, lay community and hospice. Today, much of this plan has become a reality, and the comprehensive development plan for the 120-acre site has been approved by the planning authorities. Since Lama Yeshe passed away in 1984, the Great Stupa has been under the spiritual direction of Lama Zopa Rinpoche. Lama Zopa has said of the Great Stupa, "The Great Stupa will illuminate the world. It will give so much peace of mind to people all over the world."
The stupa is something that has special feeling of serenity, peace. Anyone who see the stupa, anyone who look at the stupa, you get this feeling. This wonderful project, most pleasing, wonderful, most satisfying, most fulfilling for everyone in this world, especially in Australia, especially the people in Australia, here in Bendigo, most fulfilling, most satisfying, fulfilling, you see. That brings unbelievable peace and happiness in the heart. Even those who see the picture, and even those who hear of the stupa, who see that portal in the far from distance in other countries, those who see pictures, who hears about it, get a lot of benefit, purify their mind. Now here, the stupa here is not this size. Even this size, stupa has unbelievable mind-blowing benefits. So now here this stupa is so much bigger than this one, so much bigger than this one. Stupa is much bigger than this one.
Other spiritual leaders who have blessed the site by their presence include His Holiness Sakya Trizin.
I'm very happy to be here, and I think it's a great benefit to construct a great stupa here on this land. I think this will definitely help to spread the Buddha Dharma and prevail the peace and harmony, not only on this region, but in the entire world. So I wish this project a great success.
Reba Rinpoche, Geshe Lama Konchog, Lama Lundrup, and Master Tikpak Kwe. In November 1994, Khensa Kangyo Rinpoche consecrated the site to subdue all hostile energies and create an atmosphere of peace and goodwill. Sometime later, the site was cleared. And in the year 2000, work began on construction of the massive earthworks for the Great Stupa and the circumambulation paths. In August 2003, Khensa Rinpoche conducted the ceremony to bury 4 treasure vases on the site of the Great Stupa. These treasure vases were a gift from His Holiness, the Dalai Lama.
And if you give a contribution or anything helpful towards the build or establishment of the stupa, and you know the qualities of the Buddha's mind, therefore you create a great cause of you yourself of achievement of the Buddhahood. And not only that, also it can help many beings, and then also whatever you contribute is a worthwhile. Your world also become a very meaningful.
Very good, huh?
On the most auspicious date of June 4, 2004, Geshe Konchog Sering conducted a puja on the site before taking the controls of the machine to commence construction of the foundations of the Great Stupa. Some months later, the massive foundation footings were completed, and workers commenced on erection of the steel framework of the Great Stupa. The Great Stupa is designed to last for 1,000 years, and this is called for innovative solutions from architect Peter Weiss of Lyons, McFarlane and Marshall, structural engineers Connell, Mott, MacDonald, services engineers BRT and Prowse Quantity Surveyors. These companies have all offered considerable cost reductions, as have steel companies Industrial Galvanizers and GFC Industries. And world-famous feng shui authority Lillian Tu has provided free advice on the direction of the Great Stupa and its internal layout. While most of the construction has to be done by professionals, there is already a big contribution from volunteers. Visitors to the Great Stupa can view the amazing and inspiring collection of sacred Buddhist relics that have been offered to the Great Stupa of Universal Compassion. These relics are on display every weekend and public holiday at the Great Stupa Exhibition Centre. And twice a year, the Great Stupa Holy Relics tour to temples around Australia and Asia. Visitors can also see the holy objects that have been gathered for the Great Stupa, including the 4-metre-high Guru Rinpoche statue. Expected to cost $15 million, the Great Stupa of Universal Compassion is funded entirely by donation. Your support is most welcome.
By building this, that main aim is to generate compassion, to bring peace and happiness. You see, in the area, in Australia, in the whole world, to all living beings. How that is, you see, by changing the negative thoughts, harmful thoughts into positive thoughts, the good heart, the tolerance, the loving kindness, compassion, to transform, you see, in the peaceful, healthy mind.
Support for such a noble Dharma work, I think was a good way, or good method to create more virtuous karma.